Now today I want to share with you 20 dreams that you should never ignore. If you want to know those dreams, I want you to just watch this video to the end. It might include the dreams you've actually had in the past. So keep watching. Welcome you back to God's Throne Television. My name is Titilayo Adelane. If this is your very first time on stumbling on this channel, I want to say welcome to this beautiful family. This channel is all about spirituality and lifestyle. I upload videos of dreams interpretation, spiritual tips, and lots more. Now, after interpreting the dreams, I don't just leave you like that. I make sure I give you solutions on dreams that imposes danger. So if this kind of thing sounds so sweet or interesting to you, why not click on the subscribe button and join the big family? And to my old subscribers, thank you so much for your subscription. I really appreciate that. Thank you for supporting me, and your comments and your likes really encourage me to do more videos. Thank you so much. All right, now today I want to share with you 20 dreams that you should never ignore. Yeah, 20 dreams you should never ignore. Now, someone is asking, will I actually interpret these dreams in this video? I can't interpret all those dreams in this video. Why? Because it's going to be a very long video, and I don't intend to do a very long video. So I will just mention the dreams. So subsequently, I am going to do a video on them to interpret and give you full details. You know, interpreting a dream is not just to open it on the top, but to give you an in-depth understanding or in-depth interpretation of this dream. Now, the very first thing you must understand, I've written down some things so that I don't forget. Now, the very first dream that you should never ignore, whenever you have sex in the dream. Yes, sex in the dream is something that is so important, and it's not a good dream at all. Now, I want to explain some things to you. Now, there are some times, not all sex in the dream that is bad. You may ask me, what is she saying? Now, let me tell you, this young boy is like a teenager that is going into the puberty stage. There is what we call wet dreams. There are times that these people, these young ones, have the tendency of like probably having a dream of sex in the dream, and when they have that, what happens? It results to a wet dream. They see that they've released while they are awake. Now, this kind of thing is somehow partly nature, and there are some that are spiritual. So there are not all dreams. Like I said in one of my videos, that there are some things if you actually spend your time thinking about a particular thing for a very long time, there is a tendency for you to dream about that thing. I gave you an instance. I think it's cabbage or carrot, that whenever you think about some particular fruit for a very long time, throughout the week or 3 days to that time, if you go to bed, there must be a tendency of you having to dream about that thing. So if you're someone probably in the state that you're having an increased sexual urge, and it's just like that, there's a tendency, if you go to bed, you will have that kind of dream. But in a situation that your own, there is none of it, it's just you just see yourself having sex in the dream, see this particular person coming over and over again to have sex in your dream. Now, this dream is telling you that danger is around you, so you must not ignore that dream. So that's the very first one. Now, if you see yourself buying cars, houses, great stuffs in the dream, now this dream is another dream that you should never ignore. Are you out there? You have had this dream in the past. You see yourself buying cars, lovely things, wearing good clothes, buying good stuffs in your dream, and you're asking, what could be this dream? I want to tell you that this kind of dream is a dream that you should not ignore and must be enforced to reality in the place of prayer. So you must not ignore this kind of dream. Now, another one is when you are climbing a mountain with difficulty. Now you keep climbing a mountain in your dream. You're asking yourself, is it good to climb mountain? Now let me tell you something. in some cases, when you are climbing a mountain with ease, you're climbing, and all of a sudden you meet yourself at the top. Now, this kind of dream is not a bad one. Why? Because you are overcoming the obstacles of your life. But when you see yourself climbing a mountain with difficulty in your dream, is something that calls for attention. Is something that you should not just relent or go to bed and forget about it. Is a dream that you should not ignore, that you should battle with prayers. Now, another thing, if you lost money or something valuable in the dream, if you see yourself, you lose something so precious to you in the dream, that dream should not be ignored. Losing money, losing something valuable in the dream is something that the devil is trying to rob you of something. So that kind of dream, you must not ignore. You must not ignore and seek counseling for proper prayers for that kind of dream. Now, another one, when you see yourself in old places from like your childhood days, your secondary school days, your father's house in the old place, when you keep seeing yourself in such a place, it's not a good sign. It is a dream that you should not ignore and seek prayers for. There are some people, they still find it every night. Yeah, it might be your own case. You're watching me. It could be your own case. Whenever you go to bed, it is the same dream you see over and over again, seeing yourself in the old place where you have lived in the past. I want to tell you, it's not a good dream. It's not something good at all. So it's a dream that you should not ignore. All right, so when you are being shot in the dream or injected, there are people that have had that dream in the past too. Especially someone said he was injected, and someone has not been HIV positive before. When he was injected in the dream, when he woke up and sickness started coming in, unusual sickness, what happened? He went to the hospital to carry out a series of tests, and lo and behold, he was HIV positive. So it's a spiritual attack. So when you are being injected in the dream, someone gives you injection in the dream, you should not ignore that kind of dream. Or someone shot you in the dream. A woman too also, she was shot in the dream, and when she woke up, instantly she fell sick. Up to now, she's still battling with sickness. So if you're being shot in the dream or you are being injected in the dream, do not ignore this kind of dream. You need to do something fast about this dream. Now, another thing is that when you are pregnant, as a single lady in the dream, you see yourself being heavily pregnant or pregnant in the dream, or you are nursing a child, you are breastfeeding a child, you are carrying a child in the dream as if that child is yours, and lo and behold, you're still single physically, you need to pray about that. That's the dream that you should not ignore. It's a dream that you should constantly seek counseling for. You should agree with other men of God to pray with you concerning this dream, because it's a dream that can, if care is not taken, can make the lady's life useless. Now, you are asking, what about me that I'm married and I'm looking unto God for the fruit of the womb? If you're married and you have this kind of dream, it's not something you should be worried about. It's not something you should be worried about. Seeing yourself being pregnant is a sign that God will visit you soon. So, as a married woman, you have this kind of dream, it happens. Yeah, let me share with you. Before I have my second child, I actually had that dream. Yes, I actually had the dream that I was pregnant in the dream. I was heavily pregnant. And lo and behold, I saw myself in the midst of other pregnant women. Do you know that? No, like 3-4 months later, I got pregnant of my second child. So it happens for married women. So it's something that was like, what is going to happen in future? When I had that dream, I was like, God, is it that you want to give me another child now? And lo and behold, it was. So as a married woman, it happens. But as a single lady, you see yourself pregnant in the dream or nursing a child, is something that you need to call for attention and serious prayers. Now, another one, eating in the dream. Eating in the dream is something that is so It's something that you need to pray about. Someone said, I ate in the dream and I felt, when I woke up, I felt like vomiting. Another person said, I ate in the dream and lo and behold, when I woke up, I was tasting, I was still feeling what I ate. The aroma, the odor of the food that she ate in the dream was coming out of her mouth. When she woke up, she could sense it even while she was awake. That is the work of the wicked one. Those kind of dreams you should not ignore. Why? Because sickness is being passed into your body. The poison, all kind of spiritual poison is being passed into your body. So you should not ignore that kind of dream. Now, dogs pursuing you in the dream, or you have a dog bite, this kind of dream is something that you need to pray about. You need a serious counseling whenever you have this kind of dream. Why? Because dog represents a lot of things. I will still have to talk about animal representation in the dream. If you see dog in your dream, if you see cow, if you see goat, if you see snail or snake in your dream, what does it mean? So we'll still have to do a video on that. So once, particularly if a dog should pursue you in the dream, or you have a dog bite, or a dog is barking you, you need a serious counseling. You need to seek prayers. This kind of prayers and this kind of dream you should not ignore. When you keep when you keep seeing your dead relatives in your dream, you see dead relatives, those people that have died, your uncle, your mother, your father, or your brother, or someone that had gone, that had died, and you keep seeing those people in the dream. Now, what do you do in the dream? You eat together, you play together, you lie down together, you gisting together as if they are still alive, and meanwhile physically they are dead. If you keep having this dream over and over again, because it happens like when I lost my dad newly, there was a time I just saw him briefly and that was the end. Since then, I've not seen him again. But sometimes when you keep seeing dead relatives over and over again, every time you keep seeing them in your dream, you need not to ignore this kind of dream. It's something that you need to pray to God about. Now, in your dream, another one, when you kill elephant in your dream, seeing elephant too in the dream has its own meaning. When you kill elephants in the dream, it's not something you should ignore. It's a dream of victory. Yes, we still talk about that. If you have this kind of dream, do not ignore this kind of dream. You must pray it into reality. That's that about that. Now, walking in the forest and you have no direction. There are people I walk in there. Someone say, I walked in the forest. I was walking and I don't have anywhere. I don't have a direction. Everywhere is just blocked. I don't have a road. I was just roaming. That kind of dream you should not ignore. Yes, you should not ignore that kind of dream. Why? Because it's something very, very important. It's in short, danger is looming. Danger is around you. So if you don't take note, if you don't pray against this kind of dream, it can land you where you will not expect it. So walking in the forest and not having a direction, not even no road, you should not ignore this kind of dream. Now, always seeing yourself inside the water. There are people that say, I keep seeing myself not on the water now, deep inside the water. If you keep having this kind of dream, please do not ignore this dream. Something that you need to pray about, because this dream has to do with the marine world, has to do with the marine spirit. Why? Because if you keep having this dream, then you need to go back to your foundation and do some research and do some findings about your origin. Why? Because your origin might be related to the marine world, your origin might be related to the water, but to the spirits in the waters, or somebody somewhere in the water, or your generation has actually made a covenant on behalf of you to the marine world. So do not ignore this kind of prayer. Now, wandering inside the market without buying, without doing anything. You are just in the market, you are moving up and down, you don't know, you are not buying anything, you're just there wondering. You should not ignore this kind of dream. It's a dream that you should not ignore. You need to seek counseling immediately for this dream. Now, when you see fresh fruits in the dream, this kind of dream, so do not ignore it, because once the enemy sees that good things are coming your way, they look for a way to block it. Now, that will not be your portion. So once you see that kind of dream, what do? You pray it into reality. Seek counseling. Agree with through men of God. Let them pray with you and agree with you, because great and massive explosion of blessing is coming your way. So that kind of dream you should not ignore. Now, seeing a particular kind of animals in the dream, for instance, you see dogs, you see rats, you see snakes, you see snails, you see cow, you see, all kind of dreams all kind of animals in your dream, you should not ignore it. Someone said, I saw tiger. What does it mean in my dream? Tiger that was staring at me angrily, that is ready to devour. It means something. You keep seeing rats in your dream. I have a video on that, seeing rats in your dream. Now click up, a card will pop up. You can click it. I can even link it to this video. You watch it. You keep seeing rats in your dream. What does it mean? It has a meaning. So if you keep seeing some kind of animals in your dream, it has a meaning. You should not ignore it. Now another one. Someone shaving your hair in the dream. Wow, that one is a terrible one. All those dreams, someone shaving your hair in the dream, it's something that you should not ignore. Someone said, I had a dream that 3 people came with clipper and they were shaving and shaving and shaving. I was like, God, this kind of dream is evil. It's evil. You do not need to ignore this kind of prayer because it has to do with your glory. The people of the underworld are feasting. They are feasting on your glory. They are shaving and taking what rightfully belongs to you. All right, so that kind of dream you should not ignore. Now, picking money on the floor, that's another one. You pick money. It could be in the midst of the market, in your house. You're picking money on the floor. Wow. This kind of dream, do not ignore it. It's something you don't need to ignore. Why? Because it's very, very important. The spirit of poverty is knocking at the door. I agree with true men of God to pray with you. Why? Because the devil, the enemy, the wicked one in the dark world wants to use the spirit of poverty to fight against you. All right, now walking in the cemetery, in the midst of the cemetery in the dream is not something you should ignore. This kind of dream is nothing to write home about. You see yourself walking in the cemetery in the dream, you should pray against this kind of dream when you walk inside the cemetery. So do not ignore untimely death or someone you love is about to leave. You must pray against this kind of dream and do not ignore it. Now, seeing caskets, even in your dream, you see caskets, you keep seeing caskets in your dream. Pray against untimely death. This kind of dream you should not ignore. Some people say, dreams are not real. Yeah, dreams are not real. But I said something. The spiritual controls the physical. What is happening in your life around you in the spiritual, that is what comes as dreams to you. So you should not ignore some dreams. Now, seeing caskets in the dream, do not ignore it. It's something that you need to pray against. Now, when you see yourself flying in the dream, someone said, but flying is good. After all, I am not crawling. After all, I'm not on a spot. Yeah, flying in the dream is not a good one. When you fly in the dream, you keep seeing yourself flying in the dream. I want to tell you that this kind of dream has to do with the witchcraft manipulation that you need to pray about. You don't need to ignore this kind of dream. Why? Because it is the manipulation of the enemies, of the devil, of the witches and wizard. Now, have you had any of these dreams in the past? Why not drop a comment for me in the comment section? I've mentioned all these 20 dreams that you said you should not ignore. Is there anyone you have had in the past and you don't even have someone to talk to? Why not talk to me? Leave a comment for me in the comment section. I will definitely reply your message, and if need be for us to talk privately, definitely I will leave a number for you on how to reach me. All right, now if this video has been so helpful, it has blessed you in one way, you have learned one thing or the other in this video, why not give this video a giant thumbs up? And if you have watched this video up to this time and you are thinking whether to subscribe or not, why not join the big family? Hit the subscribe button, support this channel, and you will be blessed. All right, till I see you and catch you in the next episode of the Dream Series, remain blessed and may the Lord God Almighty be with you. Take care. I remain Titilayo Adelane. See you in the next episode. Bye for now.